Hello everyone, I am Renow Zero, and we're back again talking about some more Ripper vs. Tractors. Specifically, we're going to be talking about we got some Dick Masterson, aka Buster Baxter. We got some Mad Jarbo thrown in here, and we got some other things to discuss involving some stuff that Nick Rekieta has said. Now, I've met Nick Rekieta before, Anime Matsuri. We've had a conversation before, not about you know anything serious, but it's crazy to me how he can just sit here and kind of justify the things that Dick Masterson is saying on his show, which I understand he's been your friend for 6 years from what I've heard, but at the same time, usually when your friend's doing something not exactly good, you typically would tell them, "Hey, man, don't do that." You don't just let them go on and on and on about doing the negative stuff that they're doing, and that's why people kind of involved you in all of this, which is what people have essentially been telling you, or at least asking you to do, is just kind of tell them, "Hey, man, stop." But he's actually said before that no matter even if he tells him to stop, he's gonna that Dick Masterson is just gonna keep going, which is what it is. I think Nick just kind of gets frustrated with people demanding that he says something, and then he finally says something, and this is what comes out that he said, and that he's told Dick Masterson probably a few times to be like, "Hey, why are you doing this?" And Dick Masterson has essentially said plenty of times that he doesn't really care, that he doesn't think bad art should be supported, or he says ISOM is bad art. That's subjective, but I digress. You're literally looking at someone who wants somebody else's business to fail, and you're going to keep on supporting that person or not really saying much. We'll get into all that stuff. First of all, as usual, you got your reverse merch. Hoodies are in now. Got short boxes, posters, the cover, D, comic, shirts, hats, etc. Moving on over to Blade Devil 2, as I've said before, I'm going to continue to promote this comic because I feel like it's going to be great. I've read Blade Devil 1. I'm looking forward to Blade Devil 2. I thought it was very well drawn, very well colored, and very well written. Sitting over six figures with 1,091 backers, 15 days left. You can get the 3-pack here if you want all the covers. I got the 3-pack plus the limited summer wraparound cover for this book because I wanted to buy all the covers. I wanted all the cards. We'll go through some of the amazing artwork by Toxic Man Baby and written by Raging Golden Eagle. You get 69 pages of story, 2 supplemental stories. You have your cover A, you get this card. Cover B, you get this card. Cover C, you get this card. Again, the limited summer wraparound, which is essentially a cover that goes all the way around the book, no longer available, but you would have gotten this card. If you sign up for the pre-launch, back to physical book, you get that card. You also get your mouse pads. You can get your waifu pillows for Rain, for Luna, and for Asuyara herself. You get your stretch goal art prints and your foil covers on your first edition printing. You can also add Blade Devil 1 as an add-on, or you can go over to Sick Fox Studios Unlimited campaign on Indiegogo and get your book 1 sooner. So we're going to move on over to this, right? This is a video of someone saying essentially that if you show up to someone's gravestone in their family, that something's going to be done to you. Obviously, for the sake of YouTube, I'm not going to go into any of those explicit details of what can be done to somebody, but saying, of course, this culture war person says if you take a picture at one of his ancestors' graves, he'll do this to you because that's what it is. Again, he's talking specifically about desecrating the grave, is what the guy in the video is specifically saying. This person, Jake Robinson, says is ripetard, which you don't really know if the person is a quote-unquote ripetard. That's what these people do. They just call everybody and group everybody together as being a fan of Rippa, and that's kind of the name they use, I guess. Even though all of you are pretty much low IQ compared to people who have actually read ISOM, because none of you can seem to understand or comprehend the storyline, including Dick Masterson or Buster Baxter himself, because he has the reading comprehension of a first grader. Is a true internet person, and he will do this to you if he catches you in his graveyard. These people are out for blood. Which I responded to this person. I said, "You sound scared. You sound like a coward who expects to live life doing disgusting things, and you expect no consequences to smack you in the face." It's true. People go around doing nasty stuff, and they think that they're not expected to get any consequences dealt back to them at all. And as I'm recording, Riververse is trending. This person says, it never occurs to Ripitards that the book is bad. That's subjective. That's your opinion. And again, I say it almost every video nowadays. Your opinion is not gospel. Your opinion is your opinion. And they want their opinion to be the truth so bad that they consistently say this almost on a daily basis now. That, oh, the book is bad. According to who? According to a person who probably sailed the high seas to read it, doesn't actually understand it, because again, you are a fan of a person who didn't even understand it themselves with their terrible quote unquote notes that wasn't real criticism, it was all bad faith garbage. And the fact that you keep on tagging Eric like he really needs to give a crap about what you're saying about him or his book. Because the only real person he has to pay attention to, really, or make material for, and the only thing he only owes the people who are supporters and customers of his product. He doesn't owe you detractors or haters anything. He owes y'all nothing. And teasing him is funny. It's really that simple. This is a clip from Nick Rekieta, of course, on this little rant that he went on. We're going to listen to it, and then I'm going to read my response here.
Harming Ethan Van Sciver's autistic daughter, calling his wife a horse face. You're not going to be responsible for that, but we're all responsible for everything.
No, we're not going to be responsible. The thing is, with Nick, what he's doing here, he's essentially taking the two people that said these things, right? Which the person that said that first part about EVS's autistic daughter, I don't condone that at all. I don't think anybody should be attacking family members like that when they have nothing to do with the arguments or disagreements between two creators. However, Ripper fans called this person out, and he ended up apologizing for it because he knew it was out of line and he shouldn't have done it. But of course, Nick is going to group everybody generally as being the same as the two people that said, well, the one person that said this and another person that said something else, right? It's where I said it's great to know that this is how he really feels, knowing that there is a massive crossover between the people they watch. That is crazy stuff indeed. I will say I don't agree with what fans do. The only thing I agree with is creators are not responsible for something their fans do. After all the crap Eric has endured for simply making a comic book, this is absolutely wrong.
Everything our fans do. Everybody else is, right? Everybody else is responsible for someone else, just not you. Sorry, buddy. Integrity is this. I have never held a creator responsible for a fan ever. But you asked me to, and I won't. Look in the fucking mirror. Your fans are the worst.
He says, you're the fans of the worst. Eric July's fans are the worst. Even though majority of the fans just want entertainment from Eric, which is what they're getting with ISOM 1 and ISOM 2 and Alpha Core and Yaira and any other books that are coming out.
Not only because they're mean, but also because they're the fucking dumbest people. They would drown in a bowl of cereal. You know why? Because they'd pour the cereal in the bowl. They'd put water in there because they don't know what milk is. And then they would go looking for the toy that they thought was in the cereal box. And they'd forget to come up to breathe. They're the dumbest people on the fucking planet. And that's why no one will tell you your book sucks. Because they can't read and they're illiterate.
Yeah, so that's essentially how Nick feels about people like myself and people who watch me, and what he really feels about people who enjoy Eric's content, his comic book, right? Supposedly we can't read, meanwhile Buster Baxter is a pretty much irrelevant person considering he has over 27k followers on Twitter and can barely get even 100 likes on most of his posts unless he's talking about Eric. And that's coming from a guy who wrote a book, right? He wrote a book, Dick Masterson did, and he said silly things once again, like putting a hand on Jasmine's shoulder was assault. Like, and he asked questions in his notes that were answered in the book. But you want to talk about how people who read ISOM can't read. Meanwhile, you got an idiot named Buster Baxter or Dick Masterson who literally wrote notes asking questions that were answered in the book because he's that dumb. He's that illiterate that he can't even figure out things because he had to ask them in the notes. So it's all disingenuous nonsense. Moving over to the person himself, we're going to talk about how this person, a celebrity, asked Dick Masterson, "Did you have any evidence or was it just I felt and I believe? Did you bother asking for details before launching your accusation?" No, he didn't. Of course not. Because he's the same person that said ISOM sucks without even reading it. "I'm just curious. I'm almost sure I already know the answer. Sure, Eric collected $17.50 per charity comic and sold 2,284 copies. If the charity didn't get 34,216 cash, then it's fraud." No, it isn't. It's not fraud because he was transparent of how the money would be given on his website and in videos. But again, you are the most disingenuous person when it comes to anything Rip Reverse or anything Eric July related, and that's why I will continue to call you out, because you are a piece of garbage. Show me either an email or the tax filings that says they did. Well, because you bring up the fact that he gave over $8,000, because that's the only thing you read nowadays, because again, if it's not broken down for you or told to you, you don't try to do the research yourself. So in just the last 2 weeks, this was on June 28th, he donated over $8,000 to support the initiatives for the year. Furthermore, there's a commitment to continue to provide us with book and additional funds from each book purchased, right? And they said that. They have said that up here. So he packaged up the 2,000 books, right? His team also provided comic books for kids with additional funds to support our operation costs as a result of the great success of this donation campaign. This is after the $8,000 that he sent, right? This is well after the $8,000 that he sent. Additional funds to support operation costs. And he didn't charge them to pack up the over 2,000 books that he packed up. And they received all their books, which is right here. So tell me again, where is it that he didn't donate more than $8,000? Where? Please tell me where. Oh wait, you won't be able to tell me that because you don't do any research. You just spew crap into the world and you just hope it sticks with all the people that watch you. Because all of you are NPCs and you're a part of a cult. This is supposedly Rekieta going hard, right? It's only really in the first 7 seconds that he even talks about Eric July.
The graveyard shit is so goddamn stupid. How could he disrespect your family like that? Dude, he didn't disrespect. He literally went up. He put 2 stuffed animals in front of a graveyard and took a picture.
Yes, going to somebody's grave, an ancestor of somebody you dislike, is unheard of. Because you disagree with somebody. That's unheard of. But you don't see how stupid and hypocritical that is. It is absolutely unheard of for someone to go and visit someone's grave that is not part of their family, that they don't know. It's unheard of. And that's what people are talking about. It's unheard of that this person did that. And on top of that, they were a coward not to show their face when they did it. They were an absolute coward. And then of course, Dick Masterson does this nonsense. Of course, by a person called Eric July's arm here, because you're a weirdo. You're the one of those weirdos that likes to tell people that they're obsessed with Eric, that they're simps for Eric, that they do all this nonsense. But this is your name. Your name is literally Eric July's arm here because you're a weirdo. You made it a whole account dedicated to Eric himself, which, by the way, you've been ban evading. But let's listen to what Buster Baxter has to say.
Here lies ISOM.
This clown right here could only dream of getting even a drip of what Eric July has made on comics, of what success that Eric July has had. This clown can only dream about it.
Well.
Now remember, this is coming from a guy who said he doesn't care, even though he started trying to talk crap about Eric after he got publicly humiliated on a flashcast. This is the person that people out there actually somehow respect, even though he's doing this disgusting nonsense that he's doing. So, to which a celebrity responds actually to Dick Masterson. It says the donation you make is your own, and Comic Books for Kids is providing the donation receipt. To which he says, has anyone asked for the donation receipts? Nobody cares about the donation receipts because it's not even like a big deal. Oh yeah, he donated. They donated. They paid $17.50. Yeah, because we definitely want to get a tax write off for $17.50. Even though the charity has come out multiple times said they've gotten funds from Eric July. To which Rekieta says, I did. The only thing he did was ask if anyone else got a receipt because he himself admits he didn't even buy a comic to be donated. So what receipt did you ask for besides the one that everyone else, quote unquote, should have gotten, right? Right here. We'll play the clip.
I got a question. Does anybody out there do the charity? Did anybody out there do the charity submission for ISOM? Did anybody buy a charity book and request?
Like I've already said, more than likely, no, because no one cares about $17.50 to write off as charity for your tax write-off.
A receipt for the IRS. Did a single person buy a charity book and request that charitable deduction receipt? What's it say? How much money went to the charity? How much do you get to deduct?
So again, sounding very smug about it, even though with the way that Eric is so transparent about mostly anything, right? It's easy to find. It's easy information to find.
Does anybody have that? Anybody?
Anybody? And now we'll get to the part where he says he didn't even donate a book himself. He just wants to see the receipts from someone who actually has.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question.
I'm pretty sure at any time someone could go and ask for a receipt.
Anybody buy a charity ISOM book and get one of those receipts for their IRS tax return? Just send it to me. I'm just curious.
Still being smug.
Just curious. I have no idea. I don't know the answer. I didn't buy one. I didn't do a charity.
Exactly. So you asked anyone else who donated a book for a receipt, but you didn't actually donate a book yourself. So, but of course we also have Matt Jarbo, right? Who says, okay, so if someone donated to the campaign, they went to Comic Books for Kids to get the receipt, would they treat it like Goodwill and give you a blank receipt? It seems like it would be in the honor system, which could be manipulated. That's what I'd like to know. Yeah, says the guy who doesn't actually care about the charity, who has admitted on Nick Rekieta's live streams that he doesn't care about the charity at all. That he doesn't give a crap about any of this, but he's still crying about it for months and months and months. To which Matt Jarbo, in his infinite wisdom of false flagging people, remember he's done that, Boulder Boy over here. From what I can gather, donations not made directly to the nonprofit are not eligible for a donation receipt, meaning that Comic Books for Kids cannot issue a donation receipt because the item was sold to a third party, and that third party, in this case, Riververse Publishing LLC, can only issue a purchase receipt and not a donation receipt. So what Eric put on his website is a lie. Don't know if illegal, but Comic Books for Kids can probably get in trouble if they start issuing donation receipts that aren't legally allowed to do. You don't even know, yet you're just sitting here throwing shit at a wall and hoping something sticks. And that's the problem people have with people like you guys. You're just spewing nonsense and hoping stuff hits the wall and sticks. We also have this person just popping up out of nowhere, right? Just popping up out of nowhere. Want to talk about drama with Eric July, right? What does Eric July always say? That his detractors are fat and white. Here's another exhibit. Here's another example. And I'm going to say do not go to this person's channel or interact or comment or post or anything like that. Keep your comments for everything we discuss here in the comment section down below. He also responds to George Alexopoulos, who's working on Ghost of the Badlands for Razor Fist. Jealous, G Prime, I'd rather my name be on an obituary than the cover of ISOM. Don't tell me you haven't read it. Again, you want your opinion of ISOM to be gospel, and that's the problem people have with people like you. Yes, jealousy is a hell of a drug. Those addicts are always chasing the dragon. This guy, George, bro, he false flagged this person for mocking him. No, he false flagged you because he didn't false flag you. He took you down because you tried to take his logo and sell it on merchandise and change like 2 letters and add some shavers or razors, and you thought it was parody. You thought it was legal to sell when it wasn't. He makes bad art, subjective. You probably can't make good art. And the indie comics movement suffers for it. No, they don't. The only thing that makes the indie comics movement suffer are the people who are making the indie comic themselves. If your indie comic isn't doing well, the only person to blame is yourself. You have to be the one marketing it. You have to be the one promoting it. You have to be the one making it the best work you possibly can. I hope you see through it soon. Other artists have started to. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Seen a lot of internet barroom brawls. They end up with a lot of black eyes. Then people stop coming. Eventually, the bar gets shut down. I don't think this will end any different. Working hard on Badlands now. I'm certain it will satisfy almost everyone. I'm sure it will because Ghost of the Badlands looks awesome. 100% right. I'll personally never stop beating up on the Ripperverse Eric July until he apologized to me for flagging me or his crappy bar is out of business. So again, wanting Eric July to fail. Once again, wanting Eric July to fail. I'm excited your bar's open business. We can all tell that you offer higher quality drinks there. I personally think my art sucks. Not every book can be a classic like Watchmen or Dark Knight, but even something readable can help people get through rough times, even if it's just a brief escape. If that's enough for readers to ask creators for more, I'll be happy. Which Eric actually responds, dude, you're good at what you do. Because he is. His artwork, whether it's his political artwork or his artwork for Ghost of the Badlands, looks amazing. It's freaking awesome. It's awesome. Again, Clown World. Clown World. Oh, man. These are just absolute clowns. Simon Anthony says Nick is missing the bigger picture. It doesn't take a lot for crap to escalate. Take the lawsuit, for example. It starts with teddy bears, then it's spray paint and actual destruction, as some of these people dislike Eric July for the mundane of reasons just because he's successful. Of course, he tries to make a joke. You're not funny. Oof, responses to Eric's latest video aren't looking good. Why are you stalking this man so much? That's the thing. You're a drama farmer. That's what you are. This video is a message to Ethan Van Skyver. Basically, screw VS, who was probably one of the loudest individuals to support ISOM, and F Comics Gate, who were super vocal in support of ISOM. F them all. I get where Eric is coming from, and in many cases I agree, but this shows me that Eric is the type of individuals to forget those who help lift him up. Oh well, it is what it is. He never asked people to do any of that, though. They took it upon themselves to do that. Because again, Eric, the only person Eric cares about is the customer and the supporters and the viewers of his content. He doesn't expect anything from anyone. And that's the problem with people like saying this stuff. Didn't all this stuff pop up because you demanded support? I never demanded support. If anybody says Eric, which is fact, he's never demanded support. Why are you burning everything around you? He's definitely not doing that. He literally was on a live stream a couple weeks ago talking with Razorfist promoting Ghost of the Badlands. Spooky Skriz says, I was in the G&G space sphere for a while and noticed pretty early on that while everyone in that circle supported and promoted Rippaverse consistently, Eric July never reciprocated that. Yes, he did. Eric July will never support other creators of their comics. You're lying again, because that's all you are, is a liar. You lie about pretty much everything you speak about Eric July. He's going to be cramming 4 to 6 $35 comics a year down his paypick stores until they burst. He's a criminal, but not a team player. Last I checked, he promoted Shane Davis's Inglorious Rex, Shane Davis's Starlight Cats, Shane Davis's Ascend, Level Up, Achromatic Chronicles Blue by Drunk 3PO, Billy Tucci's She, Chuck Dixon's books, Ninja Bear, I think it was, Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog, Constantly, Ghost of the Badlands by Razor Fist, Raging Over the Eagles Blade Devil, by the way. But again, clowns are just going to keep throwing crap at the wall and hoping that it sticks, because they have nothing else going on in their lives but this. This is, you have to make videos on this. You have to talk about Eric July to be relevant. I don't have to. I can make videos on other things. This is just the thing that gets me a lot of views. I appreciate everyone who's here watching these videos, and I appreciate the people who watch all of my videos. I appreciate every single viewer that I do have, right? I enjoy covering this stuff and calling out the BS from people like this. And my fans and viewers reciprocate by watching the videos, and then if they want to, they go above and beyond. And I appreciate every single person who does, like becoming a channel member or super thanking videos or super chatting during live streams. I appreciate anyone who goes above and beyond when they're not obligated to do so, because that's how you stay humble with your viewers. You always stay humble with the people who are supporting you. This is a big lesson that a lot of these people forget when they get big, when they get, bigger in size on their channel. To which I respond to this person. I said, yes, he has all the time. He does live streams with them. I said, you clown. So many lies because you people always expose yourselves as people who don't watch Eric July. Which they responded by saying, link me a video from his channel promoting someone's upcoming project from Geeks and Gamers. And I said, he promoted Drunk 3PO's Achromatic Chronicles during both campaigns, because Drunk had a second campaign that came out, was a second chance campaign to get Achromatic Chronicles Blue, which I did support. I did get I think it was tier 3, which was buy a book, get it signed, and donate a book to a kid in need. And I said, I'm not doing the work for you. You made the claim. Anyone who watches Eric July knows you're wrong. People like you just want to spew anything nowadays to see if something sticks, and too many people pop out of nowhere who want to see Eric fail. And you got Bruce Flash saying, yeah, he promoted Jay's book multiple times and provided links to the campaign in his chat. He also promotes Tuesday night's main event and shoutouts to 199 regularly. And then he says, all right, man, you got me on this one. I've been subscribed to Eric for years and I missed that one. Sure, I guess. Maybe I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I can admit when I'm wrong, and I simply have never seen any of these promotions until now. It left a sour taste in my mouth towards him, and I'm glad you proved to be proven wrong. Thanks. And then, because I tagged Drunk 3PO, shout out to Jay Drunk 3PO, good dude. Says, and you can still grab a copy, and here's the link for it here. I'll actually leave a link to it in the description. Cool, man. I'll grab one for my wife. She's a huge fan. Much love, my friend. So, it's good that I was able to show this person that yes, or at least tell this person yes, and even Drunk 3PO himself came in and confirmed it for me. So at the end of the day, people who want to sling mud at Eric July, don't actually watch his content, don't pay attention to nothing, they don't do any research, they don't do anything, they just spew crap at the wall, they expect it to stick, they want their opinions to stay gospel or be gospel, and they just want to see him fail. The people that are actually fans of Eric don't want to see him fail. They want to see him succeed. They want to see him make money. They want to see him create and build generational wealth. And people want more content. They want more comic content, which he's providing. He's providing a product to people that want the product he's selling. And that's what matters most to him. Creating a product that people want to buy. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button. Comment below what you feel about all this. Consider becoming a member today by clicking the join button down below the video. For $1 a month, you become a member. You're never obligated to do so, but it is much appreciated for when people go above and beyond and do extra things to support the channel. Subscribe for more content like this. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.